Hi, I'm Bob Atchison with the Kansas Forest Service with Kansas State University. I know that forestry may not be the first thing that comes to mind when you think of the state of Kansas, but the 5.2 million acres of forest, woodlands, and shelter belts we have in this state are critical to the public health and well-being of our people. You know, a recent report from the U.S. Forest Service suggests that the trees and woodlands that we have in this state provide invaluable services to us. 6,256 tons of air pollution annually are absorbed by the 33 million trees that we have in the communities and towns in Kansas. This represents a value of around $47.4 million. The savings and cost to our public health would be somewhere in the neighborhood of $92 million. Unfortunately, our forests, our woodlands, and our windbreaks are at risk here in Kansas from insects, from disease, and the risk of wildfire. It's imperative that we act soon before the damage becomes irreparable. One example I would give to you is that last August, emerald ash borer was discovered in Wyandotte County. This particular exotic invasive insect has killed millions and millions of ash trees in the United States and Canada. This year, Kansas faced unprecedented losses of our streamside forests as farmers removed a lot of our woodlands to make way for $8 corn. The issue with that is these are the very same trees that are providing that bank stabilization that keeps the sediment out of our federal reservoirs that provide the drinking water supply to the state of Kansas. Healthy forests, woodlands, and windbreaks are as important to our infrastructure as roads and bridges. 95% of our woodlands and forest lands in Kansas are privately owned. The Kansas Forest Service offers solutions to these complex problems through the Kansas Forest Action Plan. The Kansas Forest Action Plan offers strategies based upon broad public input and experts' best thinking. The Kansas Forest Action Plan targets resources efficiently, especially during these tough economic times. The Kansas Forest Service has been carrying out a legislative mandate to protect and manage the forest and woodland resources of our state since 1887. Unfortunately, the Kansas Forest Service at Kansas State University lacks adequate state funding to carry out its mission. 85% of the Kansas Forest Service budget is federal, placing both the Kansas Forest Service and the forest, woodlands, and shelter belts that we care for at risk. The Kansas Forest Service needs your support if we are to continue to carry out the mission of this agency, caring for the woodlands and the windbreaks and the forest lands of the state of Kansas.